Yay! Cookies!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. First Santa Clarita Valley VegFest. Really excited about it. The Gentle Barn is the presenting sponsor. Lots of fun stuff coming.
Founder of our presenting sponsor, the Gentle Barn, Miss Ellie Lux, will be going on to speak in about 5 minutes.
I have lived in a barnyard for 20 years, and I have seen things with animals. What that has all totaled, 20 years with them, is the very firm belief that I now have that we are all the same, we just look different.
Kathy adopted that dog from the Gentle Barn, and this one is getting older, and Kathy's the best mom to her.
You know that the vegan movement has really kind of gotten big when these veg fests are like popping up in different small communities. It's really exciting to have a Santa Clarita one. We're happy to be a part of it. It's 11:15 and we are heading to the equine hospital with Bonsai. Our son Jesse is driving.
Hi.
He is really, really good at pulling trailers with motorcycles on it, and tonight it's come in handy because Jay was at our corporate office, working till 11 o'clock at night.
So we measure his hydration status, something called pack cell volume, and that's pretty elevated at 52%. Usually it's in the high 30s, low 40s. So he's pretty dehydrated based on just the pack cell volume. We also have a value called lactate, which usually elevates due to dehydration or intestinal damage. And that's fairly elevated at 5.71. Usually the high end is 1.78.
So colic is basically any stomach ache in a horse. It could be a blockage, it could be a twist of the intestines. But basically, because horses can't burp or throw up, that stomach ache is excruciatingly painful and can be fatal. Is dehydration common with colic?
Sure is. Dehydration can cause colic.
And they're going to give him a few giant bags of IV fluids to hydrate him.
Ideally, he'll stay a full day and night, but we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, you too. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. The mineral oil and the feces were passing through him, reflecting that there wasn't an impaction, but he was in pain, suggesting there was an impaction. And they kept giving him fluids, but he kept coming up dehydrated. And it kind of didn't all add up until just now. Large intestines, there's an infection there. That's what's causing the pain. That's what's sucking all the hydration from his body. It all makes sense now. And I guess the good news is that now they've identified it so they can start treating it. So every day he's gonna get better and better. And the other really good thing is he can start eating, because there's nothing worse than just sitting in a stall being hungry. So today, Lux, Steve-O's girlfriend, has come to do chicken checks with us. Lux and Steve-O are wanting to start their own sanctuary, and so they want to learn more about animals. So why don't you join us and learn how to do chicken checks, what we're looking for, and how to take care of chickens so they can have a very long, healthy life.
You guys gonna help?
We just rescued them from the slaughterhouse.
Aww.
Do you want to hold her?
Yeah, is there any particular thing I need to know about holding a chicken?
Yeah, here, let me show you.
Okay.
So I take my hand and I wrap it around her and I just hold her chest.
Okay.
And that way I have the other hand free to be able to pet her.
Okay, great.
So Lex is gonna hold you, okay, beautiful girl?
Sweet babe.
Perfect. Here you go. All right. Basically, the idea of chicken checks is early detection. Egg layers are genetically engineered to hit sexual maturity at 12 weeks instead of 2 years. And instead of laying 7 eggs a year, they're now laying 3 eggs a day. So by the time they're middle age, around 4, 5, 6, their uteruses either rupture, get egg bound, or develop cancers. Every single month we check them, We weigh them to make sure that their weight is consistent from the last 2 months, to make sure that there's no sudden drop. We check their crops to make sure it's full of breakfast and that they're eating. We check their muscle tone around their chest cavity to make sure that they're nice and muscular and thriving. We check their abdominal area to make sure that there's no swelling or inflammation, because that's kind of an early indication of maybe being egg-bound.
Okay.
We check their vent area, because that's where the mites live, to make sure that we don't have to dust them for mites.
Okay.
We check the bottoms of their feet for infection. We check the inside of their mouths for cancerous lesions, and we trim their toenails. We do that every single month. So this hand goes here, this hand goes here, and you just open her mouth, wait till she stops struggling, and then look.
Okay.
We have these huge animals like horses, cows, pigs, huge massive animals.
Right.
And the most expensive animal we have here is the chickens. Because our vet refers to them as walking time bombs.
Okay.
He says by the time they're middle aged, they're going to need a hysterectomy because of the genetic engineering that's going on with them.
Have a great day.
Ellie and I are going over to an event here in Santa Clarita. I don't do real well with receiving these kinds of things, but I'm here and I'm excited to go in and see a lot of our community leaders and hang out for a little bit.
I'm really happy that Jay's being recognized tonight. I don't think there's anyone more deserving. It's going to be a great evening.
It is my pleasure to introduce the ultimate nonprofit leader from the Gentle Barn. Jay is honored to work in the nonprofit sector and support a great cause he deeply believes in. It was his wife Ellie's life dream to open Gentle Barn, and he is happy that he has been given the chance of a lifetime to have the best job in the world, helping animals and children. Like Ellie always says, you can't have a bad day after hugging a cow.
So did you have fun?
I did have fun. That was fun. What could be bad about going in and having a glass of wine and a bunch of appetizers and getting an award for being a gentleman? I love it.
Can't complain about that. And you look very handsome.
Thank you.
And you are extremely deserving of that award. You've worked really hard. You do really important things.
Thanks.
So today, the cow hoof trimmer is here. So cows need their hooves trimmed twice a year, every spring and every fall. If they were living off the land, they would grind their hooves down naturally, but because we keep them in small enclosures on sand so it's absorbent and soft, their toes don't file down on their own. And they don't lift their feet like horses. So you can't just pick up their foot and file them, you have to actually lift them off the ground. So he's got a really fancy contraption in his truck that lifts the cows, gently lays them on their sides so he can do their feet and then puts them gently back on their feet. Good job, Athena. Good job, Karma. Good job, Aretha. You know, when the truck first arrived, Ferdinand was like running around, freaking out. He was like, we're all gonna die, and he was so scared about it. And we saved him for the last, so he could see every single cow go into the squeeze, have their toes trimmed, come out unscathed. And then it was time for his turn. He just walked right in. He laid there still and quiet, got his toes trimmed, and he walked out. Good boy, Ferdinand, good boy! And now in the fall, when the truck comes again, he doesn't have to be scared. He'll know like, time for a pedicure. Cheyenne, you're almost ready to make piggy birthday cakes?
Wow.
So I've got the watermelon, I've got the vegan whipped cream, and I've got strawberries. So we're gonna make a birthday cake out of this watermelon. We'll cut it into 4 pieces. But yeah, the key is to make the watermelon as dry as possible so whipped cream doesn't slide off of it. And then we'll cover the whole thing with whipped cream and strawberries. And then after we've sewn to them, we can take the top piece off and give it to the pig, and then the next piece, and then the next piece.
Wow, great job.
So this year I made the portions really small so they'll want the 4 times.
Yeah, the other animals like getting in on it too, time.
Oh yeah, because the birds love watermelon and the goats and sheep love watermelon, so it'll be a party for everybody.
It's so festive down here. Good morning. Welcome to the piggy party. Oh my God, look how cute that is. The piggy balls. Oh, look at all these piggies. Cutie has a little Gentle Barn shirt on. Oh my God, that is so sweet. Happy birthday, Honey Bear. Happy birthday, Zeus. Zeus, wake up, it's your birthday today. Charlie, you gotta wake up, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellie Bear. Happy birthday to you.
Now I have decided that that's what I want for my next birthday. It's gonna be cake and
And belly
rub my
rubs.
belly. I think that everyone should have that.
Today we're doing our annual equine dentals. So the dentist is here and he's going to be looking in the mouths of all our horses and donkeys, feeling their teeth and seeing if anybody needs floating. So basically what floating is the backs of their teeth, their molars, can create jagged edges and sharp points that can make it really sore and hard to eat as they get older. And so floating is basically we're filing down their teeth so all the teeth are level and there's no jagged edges or sharp points.
So every year we check their teeth and we file down the sharp points and edges. What do horses do in the wild?
Their teeth wear so much better than horses, being artificially fed. And hay is artificial feed.
yeah.
It's not a normal feed for them. So they're chewing and done eating within maybe 30, 45 minutes to an hour. They're done. Whereas horses in pasture, they're constantly eating. You're getting to be a big girl, aren't you? She probably could stand to have, some dental work at this time.
Okay.
She's getting some sharp edges we can take off. She's about due.
She's got to be done also?
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to do her. I'm just gonna let her go.
Yay! You don't need a dental this year, Ruby.
For an older horse, his teeth are doing remarkably well.
Yay! You don't have to have the dentist today, Caesar. Your
Look at that smile, Mom.
What a good guy.
You lost those top teeth, didn't you? You're doing pretty good. We'll leave you alone today.
Good job, Addison.
He doesn't have any sharp points, but we should probably put him on the list for next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Doc, what are you looking for when you look in their mouths? I'm noticing that you're smelling them.
Yes, yeah, especially with the older horses or any horse, you want to make sure that there's no foul odors or anything because, frankly, with the exam I'm doing, you can't see all the way back of the tooth.
Truth be told, nobody wants to go to the dentist.
Walking Bonsai is kind of like walking my dogs. He wants to stop and smell everything. He's not peeing on everything though. And I think it's important that he go for a walk every day now that he's doing better in the hospital. Because the fresh air, the change in scenery, it just elevates his mood. We get to be out in the sunshine, eating grass, walking around. And if he keeps it up, I'll be home in a few days.
It is the escape that captured St. Louis social media. Cows on their way to slaughter slipped away and made a run for it.
When police tried to corral them, they split up and set off multiple slow-speed chases, eluding officers through neighborhoods, business parks, and parking lots.
It's so wonderful to be traveling to Missouri to see the St. Louis Six after living at our sanctuary for 2 years.
We're going to a really incredibly great, wonderful celebration of the St. Louis Six's birthday and the beginning of the Gentle Barn in Missouri. We're really excited to be there. This is a very exciting morning. We're at the celebration for the St. Louis Six in Missouri. Ellie and I traveled a long way to be here today, and it is absolutely worth the travel. Wonderful volunteers and people supporting, and Michelle.
To
Today is our second anniversary of the Gentle Barn, Missouri, of the St. Louis Six's escape and run for their lives and when they got to come home. So today we're celebrating all of that. And we're gonna be planting gardens and yummy, yummy treats. What else, Michelle?
Oh, we've got a lot of really cool vendors of food, of lots of plant-based vegan items. We've got our gift table so people can donate things to the cows. We're gonna sing happy birthday to our cows and feed them.
The cows were a year when we rescued them, so today they're turning 3. And yes, they're gonna get birthday cakes and we're gonna sing them happy birthday. It is gonna be an amazing celebration.
And we have a lot of upcoming weekend retreats this year. So
Wonderful.
Anything from yoga retreat to a women's weekend to a couples camp out. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That sounds amazing.
Hello, hello.
What you got going on?
So this is just some merchandise that we've designed to kind of align with our brand. So all really positive.
Adventurous vegan, that's great.
And kid shirts, I ate my veggies. Reusable silverware and straws.
So you just down it.
Yep, just like we used to.
That's very, very spicy.
Very spicy.
Yeah, it's like tequila. That just took a ginger shot. That's gotta be good for you.
You know what?
Let's all say cookies on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cookies!
Well, that was a wonderful, delightful celebration. We're heading back to California.
It was good to come out here though, make sure everything was going okay and be a part of that event. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and remember to click the bell because that'll get you the notifications and you'll know when we have a new episode posted.
Thanks for coming on these adventures with us.
Bye.
Please click on the link to watch the St. Louis Six's incredible story of resilience and hope.